Welcome to the Stephen O'Brien podcast hosted by Stephen O'Brien. We will be talking all things fitness, mindset, motivation, and health and wellness on this podcast. Thank you for listening. You can follow me over on Instagram at Stephen O'Brien Coaching and on Facebook at Stephen O'Brien Coaching.
Hey, what is up, guys? So before we get stuck in today's episode, just want to let you know you can reach out to me at any time if you have any questions whatsoever. You can catch me on social media at Stephen O'Brien Coaching on Facebook and Instagram. Also as well, you can check out my website www.stephenobrien.coaching.com. I'll put the links to those as well in the description of today's podcast. So yeah, I've got some amazing programs helping people boost up their confidence, self-esteem, and becoming fitter and stronger. So guys, sit back, enjoy today's episode, and I'll catch you soon. Hey, what's up, everybody? So the last kind of episode, I hope you got stuck into that homework about kind of figuring out who you are and who you want to become, and writing down each of the points there so that you kind of really have a starting focal point that we can actually start to leverage on that now and really start to move forward. So today's episode is all about exercise, about getting you moving, hopefully building up your motivation to actually take that step, or else build on your fitness and build on your strength and moving forward. So really, when it comes to exercise is about getting you moving. It doesn't have to necessarily mean going to a gym, because if you're someone that hates going to a gym, then you're not really going to go. And also as well, like when I was kind of thinking right back to before my kind of gym days and before when I was kind of feeling really low and feeling really shitty about myself and didn't understand the gym around like that, I would have been very self-conscious about even going to the gym. Like I was saying before, I was very shy, it's very quiet. So for me, actually even stepping foot into the gym, that would have been a hard task for me going back many years ago. And I know it can be a hard task for you as well. So really, I want to kind of talk about what we can do to get you started on your journey. And then we're also going to talk more into, if you're someone that's already going to the gym, what kind of stuff you can be doing, how you can actually build on your fitness, build on your strength. And we'll talk about home-based workouts as well. So let's take it right back. So if you're someone that may be really suffering with self-confidence, self-esteem issues, and you don't want to get out and about, that's cool, that's fine. We can still work on this as well. And that's where home-based exercises are going to come in. Now, there's so many home-based workouts out there that you could be doing. And it's really about getting you moving in different ways. It's about elevating your heart rate. Because when we do a good workout, we start to release endorphins. And endorphins are basically kind of like the happy hormone. It makes us automatically feel better. So when we do a good strenuous workout, it may be horrible while we're doing it, but afterwards then you can absolutely feel amazing. Now, you can do lots of body weight exercise at home, push-ups, squats, lunges, core work, you name it. There's so much you can actually do there. Just the same as well, we can get out, we can go for a run, we can do some hill sprints, we can do some long runs, we can do even just taking it back and going for a walk. So when we're doing exercise as well, remember, it's all about meeting you at your level. It doesn't matter if you're already a sprinter or if you've someone that struggles, gets out of breath, even walking to the bathroom. That's okay. The main thing is, like we were talking before, about starting at a starting point and focusing on moving forward. So if you're someone that's kind of stuck on the couch and you want to get out, get moving, start by walking. Just get out there, just go for a walk. You might even walk 100 meters, you might walk 200 meters. It doesn't matter. The main thing is that we're starting to do something different. We're starting to get you out. We're starting to get you active. Once you start doing your 100 meters, try and do that a couple of days a week, maybe 3, 4, 5 days a week, and see how you feel with that. From there, we can build on that. The next week, then we'll go for 200 or 300 meters. See how you feel. You might even push it a bit more. Try and find a loop that you can walk around. Time yourself on that loop and see how long it takes you. So then the next time you do it, you can actually get out there and try and beat your time on it. So that way you have a goal, you have a challenge, you know how long it took you one time, you're going to push yourself to try and beat it then a second time. So that's kind of like, if you're really kind of starting off, that's where we can actually start to get you going. And then with the home-based exercises, the kind of stuff I suggest you do is more kind of circuit-based stuff, because it's going to bring up the intensity. And circuit-based is basically getting a few different exercises putting them together and doing it in rounds. So for example, you might do, say, 10 squats. So you're just standing up, you're squatting down, you're standing back up, you're doing some squats to start off, then you get onto the floor, you might do some push-ups, and then you lie on your back and you do some crunches. So what you could do there is you might do 10 squats, 10 push-ups, 10 crunches, do 10 rounds of that and see how you go. On my YouTube channel as well, you will find my YouTube channel, a link underneath this video or in the podcast, a link underneath the podcast. I'm going to put a link onto my YouTube channel, and there's loads and loads and loads of home-based workouts there. Jump on, try some of them and actually see how you go with it. Also as well, that when we're focusing on exercise, we want to make sure that we get into a routine of actually being able to do it. Now, you don't have to do it every day, but I want you to get into a routine of maybe doing it 2, 3, 4 times a week and build on that. Don't just start off saying, you know what, today I'm gonna start training every day of the week, because you can very easily fall off the wagon. You're best off just starting slowly, getting into the new habits, getting into the new routine, getting out there, getting yourself moving. Because I guarantee if you keep it up, you're going to feel amazing. Also as well, once you start burning off those excess calories from all the exercise you're doing, your body will actually start to change as well. You should start to notice an improvement in your breathing, and your energy levels should start to improve as well. So that's just kind of as a starting point to get you moving. And the next thing then about strength training by getting into the gym. So depending again what your goals are. So if you're someone that say wants to build up a bit of muscle, then you have something called hypertrophy training. So hypertrophy training is basically when you really focus on putting the muscle you're working under tension for a specific amount of time. So normally around maybe 40 to 60 seconds, you want to have your muscle under tension. So let's say you were doing an exercise called a bench press. You're lying down, you're pumping out, you'll do nice, slow, controlled movements. You might do, say, 10 to 12 reps at about 4 seconds each. So you might go 2 seconds down, 2 seconds up. And if you did, say, even 10 reps on that, that's 40 seconds of an exercise where you're going to put your chest under tension for 40 seconds. So that's the kind of stuff you'll do if you want to try and build up a bit of muscle. Normally around 10 to 12 reps is what you'd aim for on each of the exercises. With the kind of training style for that then as well, you might do different muscle groups each day if you want to focus on building up muscle. Then as well, you can do some strength training. So strength training then would be kind of more focused on less reps. You might do reps of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 even. You'd lift a heavier weight, and you focus on increasing the volume every week. So let's say a volume, for example, is, imagine you did a bench press with 40 kilos. Now, if you did 10 reps, that would be equivalent then to 400 kilos that you actually lifted within your 10 reps. So that would be the total volume, 400. So then the following week, you might try and bump it up to 600. So what you do then is you can actually increase the weight, drop the reps down, and do more sets to actually get a lot more volume, to put the muscles under a lot more strain, but at that higher weight. And by doing that and slowly increasing it over the few weeks, then you should actually start to see an improvement in your strength as well. Again, if you're interested and wanted to find out more about doing strength training and building up your strength or building up muscle and stuff, feel free to get in touch. Always happy to help you out there. And then as well, we want to focus on improving our conditioning, which is basically our fitness levels. And there's so many ways we can do that. So like I spoke about a while ago, improving on your fitness levels, you can do circuit training. You could just do body weight stuff at home. Like I said, pick a few different exercises, repeat them over and over with a little rest, keeping the heart rate up. You can also do that in the gym. You can incorporate, say, some strength exercise. You might do some deadlifts. You might do like some kettlebell swings with it. You might throw in some box jumps, and you might throw in a 200-meter run. So you've kind of mixed it up there with strength, with cardio, with plyometrics, and with your conditioning. So you've mixed up a few different styles of exercises. You've put them all together. You might do 10 reps of each or whatever way it may be, and you might do 5 rounds of that, and you do it as quick as you can. So it's getting your body moving in different ways. It's putting different stresses on your body as well, and it's also elevating your heart rate. While your heart rate is elevated, you're obviously going to be out of breath, but it kind of forces you to be able to be more focused on what you're doing rather than actually just hitting a wall and stopping. again, like when you're training like that, it does take time to build it up. So don't just feel like you're going there and you smash yourself and you feel like you're going to die. That may happen as well, but don't let that hold you back. You need to kind of figure out where your limitations are as well. So like it's good to have a training partner, like, because if you can train with someone else, you can kind of motivate each other and push each other. But if you go training with someone that's actually way above you and you start off and you try and keep up with them, you're probably just going to hit a wall. So you need to be aware of your own abilities, you need to be aware of your own fitness levels and try stay within that, but obviously focusing on making little improvements as the weeks go on. So like I was saying, like with your kind of training plan, I would focus on, depending on where you're at, depending on what your abilities are. Like I said, if you're someone that's struggling just to get out of breath while you're walking, focus on the walking to start off. If you want to really kind of build yourself up, get into the gym and lift some weights, it's going to be fantastic because you'll notice your body's going to start changing a lot quicker. You're going to start getting fitter. You're going to start getting stronger. But it does take time and it does take consistency, and you do really have to keep it up. So like I was saying, like when I first started in the gym, I hadn't a clue what I was doing, but I was also someone that hated my parents, hated how I looked. I was eating shit all the time. I was drinking nearly every day of the week, living off fast food. So for me, I was getting in there and I was exercising and stuff, but I kept it up and I kept at it. And even though I didn't see much change at the start, it did take a little bit of time, but slowly I started to see some changes. Slowly I started to feel a lot better in myself. And the impact it's had then long term has been absolutely incredible. Now for me, like I love my training. If I miss a couple of weeks of training, I just feel really bad. I have to do something. It's something that's always stuck with me. But also as well, I've kind of created this, I suppose, psychological thing in the back of my mind that I have a fear of ever getting back to the person that I was before, because I don't like that, who that person was. So I'll always stay committed to keeping up my exercise, keeping up my training. I like to mix it up as well. At the start, I spent a good few years just kind of on the bodybuilding exercise, trying to build up muscle and trying to get bigger and stuff like that. Then as things started changing, I did CrossFit for a good few years. I spent a year competing in kettlebell sport. I mixed it up then, learning gymnastic stuff, walking on my hands, handstands. I like to do lots of plyometric stuff, so box jumps and stuff, doing sprints, doing strength work. So for me, really, I like to try and hit every single angle. I like to try and learn new things. I like to put my body under different stresses. I like to challenge myself in different ways. I got this very moment in time. I'm doing a lot of high intense and high strength stuff at the moment. So for me, I go through stages, mixing it up. And I suggest you do that as well. Try lots of different training styles. Try classes. I did Thai boxing for a couple of years as well. And I did Krav Maga, some self-defense. So I tried lots of different things. And I really suggest you do that as well. If you go out and you go to the gym and you hate it, you need to ask yourself why you didn't like it. Was there something about that specific gym? Was there something about a specific person? Maybe someone said something negative to you or made a comment about you. Because if that happened, that doesn't mean there is something wrong with the actual going to a gym and exercising. It just means that there was something wrong with a person that you kind of bumped into, or you didn't like the look of the place. So really kind of figure out what it is that you enjoy most, where it is that you feel most comfortable, because once you start off on that journey, it can be absolutely mind-blowing for you. And I know it can, because that's what it's actually done for me. And I really hope you can actually start to take that step and moving forward. As I said, like if you need help on getting started with your fitness journey and you want to understand a bit more what you want to do or have a program or anything like that, just make sure that you reach out to me, send me a message, and I'll be able to kind of point you in the right direction or give you some guidance on actually helping you to get started with your fitness journey. So that's kind of one of the main areas that we really want to focus now on this course, is getting you moving. Getting you moving, because you're going to start feeling better, you're going to start feeling fitter, you're going to start getting stronger, you're going to start learning how to exercise properly, you're going to start learning all these different movements and stuff like that. And hopefully as well, you're going to start to enjoy it as much as I enjoy it now. So guys, that's kind of the end of today's session. Again, thanks for jumping on today, and I'm going to catch you on the next episode.